our Hangman project, this video is going to help you get there. Please follow along with this video. Remember, you can always pause, go back and see what I've done. I'll try to explain things as we go through about what's going on. Remember, PyCharm is like a code HS and it lets you write Python code. However, it works on your computer and it's going to constantly save your code as you go, so everything will be saved as you work. That was a great help. You won't lose anything if your machine gets shut down or something. Now, your code is stored on your local machine at this point. Next semester, we'll be working on a server, but for this semester, just be aware that it's on your local machine. If something were to happen to your machine, we'd lose your code. We'll work on dealing with that next semester. Let's start by creating a new project. When you do new project, you're going to see a screen like this. You don't need to know what most of this is. Let's just make sure we're selected pure Python. Now here, it's going to say your username, not mine. And out here, it may say something different than Python Project 1. It may say Python Project, or it may say Python Project 2. We're going to change that and say Hangman. We'll keep it at one word, not because we have to, but just because it's going to make some stuff a little bit easier. Now, yours, there may be some different things here. The other thing I want you to check is make sure you have this button checked here. That's going to give us a file to start with. Go ahead and hit the create button. So just to double check, it says Hangman up here. You've got this checkbox for create a main.py welcome script, and we'll hit create. This is okay. This is because I had done this in class already. Now, this creating a virtual environment, it could take longer on your machine. It might take shorter. You're going to watch this window. If you had noticed quickly down here at the bottom corner, there was also a bar graph going. We're going to see it doing some software installs. Don't worry too much about that at this point. That's not too important to what we're doing. You will see your main.py come up in this window. And that's great. I would like to point out that you can come over to the left-hand side. You can double-click on this Hangman, or you can just click on this little arrow on the left, and that will open up. This is the file here. So this opens this up. So if you were to lose this, you could just come here and double-click on it, or it will open it up. Okay, we're going to use this file, but we're going to change it for our game. So we're going to say this is a Hangman game, or if you like, game of Hangman. And we can put that as our comment. We don't need these two comments, so I'm going to delete those two lines. This is a breakpoint, and we're not going to use that. And we're actually going to delete this whole function here, so we'll get rid of that. And we can delete this last comment. We're down to just a couple lines here. So let's start off. Now, on Hangman, somebody better plug in. Let's see how far I get before my computer dies. The first thing somebody does is they come up with a secret word. Now, if we get time before we end this project, we're going to learn how to get a secret word that changes. But for testing, it's helpful to have a secret word that we know. We're going to use the word claptrap, and we like it because it's an old-timey word a lot of people don't know. It also has repeated letters, which helps us with testing. You'll see I use double quotes. I can just use single quotes here as well. You remember Python takes either. It's green. That means it's a string, and we don't see any red here. So that's good. Okay, so that's your first thing, is creating the secret word. The very next thing you need to do is you need to set a variable that's going to keep track of whether the game is over or not. And since we're just starting, the game is not over, so we'll set it to false. And then we're going to build a loop. And the loop is because when we talk about the rules for Hangman, we keep doing something over and over again, and that's what a loop is for. And here, we'll say while not game over, and that reads almost like English. While not game over, what are we going to do? We're going to ask the user for a letter. So once you've typed while not game over, then you're going to say, let's make the letter they're guessing equal to get letter. And don't forget, since this is a function that we're going to define, we're going to put parentheses after it. Okay, now I know what you're thinking here. So far, so good. One of the reasons we switched to PyCharm is because it's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So it's going to do work for you, keep you from having to type as much. And I'm going to be pointing that out to you as we go through this. So the first thing I notice here is on line 10, get letter is in red. That says Python, the PyCharm is telling us, hey, something's wrong here. We need to fix it. So let's go ahead and move our mouse. I just moved it over there. Didn't click or anything. And it says, I don't know what get letter is. That's what unresolved reference means. It says, I don't know what this is. We're going to go ahead and just move down here and click on create function, get letter. And you'll notice it put it up above here. That's where it should go. It says, hey, let's define a function, get letter. It's got no arguments. All it has is pass. Pass is a special word in Python. It's exactly like if you're playing a game and you don't have to take a turn and you're just going to pass. I'm going to skip my turn. And Python put that in there because it means that this function won't do anything. It'll just pass. We don't want that. We want to actually return a letter. And we're going to return a letter from the user. So we'll ask the user to enter a letter. Now again, notice that I put that in quotes. I could have used single quotes. I used double quotes because I programmed so much in Java. And notice that I put a space here at the end so that when it asks me for the letter, then it'll put a space and then I can type my letter in. And I'm returning that straight back into this variable letter that's occurring down here. Now, this is something that bugs me. It may not bug you. You'll see that there's a little message that comes out because it's gray underlined. Gray underlines don't affect how your code runs. They're just there. It says there's too many blank lines there. I'm going to take them out to get that to go away. And I'm actually going to take out that comment too. And there we go. All the gray lines are gone. I do have some problems here, but we'll worry about those later. Let's get the rest of this done. So the next thing I'm going to do after I get my letter is let's add some comments in here just so it's clear what we're doing. So we'll say ask the player for a letter. Okay, and then let's check if that letter is in the secret word. So we're going to do different behaviors. If the letter's in the word, we're going to say, okay, that's in the word, and we're going to say good job. And if the letter's not in the word, we're going to draw a piece of our hangman. Now, we're not going to worry about drawing the hangman until very last. We'll just keep track of how many wrong letters they guessed, but we'll go through this. So if letter in secret word, let's just, for now, let's just put some code in just to make sure this works. We'll print yes, the letter, and we'll put letter is in the secret word. Now we'll want to do something if the letter's not in the secret word. And the best way to do something that's very similar is just to copy and paste. So you see I copied that. And I'll say no, the letter is not in the secret word. Well, that's great. We can actually run this code now. Let's take a look. I'll click on this little green arrow next to the 9. Now notice that I also have a green arrow up here. You may not have that yet. Let's start with this green arrow next to the 9 and we'll say run main. From this point on, you'll have a bunch of different options. But notice down here, it says enter a letter. So I'll click down here so I can focus in on this window and I'll enter the letter A. Yes, the letter A is in the secret word. Well, that's great. That's beautiful. Let's try the letter B. No, the letter B is not in the secret word. Well, that's correct as well. Let's try one more. The letter C. The letter C is in the secret word, and we can see that the letter C is in the secret word, as is the letter A. Because we never change the state of game over, this game will continue playing this way forever. So let's go ahead and stop this at this point. and that red button will stop. Now, if you want to run it again, notice that you have a green arrow here. You can run it there. Your green arrow you started with here. You also have a green arrow right down here. Any one of these will let you rerun this program again. And once I run it, you can see I've got the red box. I can stop it again. So that is day 1 of our Hangman project. Hopefully you can get that done and be ready for day 2, where we're going to move on and keep score.